Hello everyone. So my poster for this class is on deliberate practice. So when we were picking all the different topics, I kind of chose from something that I wasn't familiar with, which I'm actually happy I did, because reading about this practice actually in this topic kind of opened my eyes to how we do learn, which obviously is pretty much this whole class. So the core I wanted to start off with is the definition, which I have right here. It's the only thing that's a full, true textbook definition. And for this, it's deliberate practice. It's an engagement in highly structured activities that are created specifically to improve performance in domain through immediate feedback that require a high level of concentration and that are not inherently enjoyable. So breaking that down more, think of things, which I'll get to more in our example section, but basically when you want to improve on something, you want to make yourself an expert in your field. You want a football player to become a professional and so forth in sports, a baseball player to be the best hitter in his division and so forth. Deliberate practice is the large principle behind it. It's how you continuously and over time practice to become that expert in that field. And you would never think it has a theoretical background to it because it's such second nature to us. But when you're looking more into the contextual background, the person that I put on this, but I'll also get into another person that has a large depth in it, but the person that's the most well-renowned about it is Anders Ericsson. So when you read about deliberate practice in pretty much all different articles that I read, his name was, if it wasn't the first, it was then the second name of the founding and theoretical framework of this practice. So he basically broke it down into different sections of saying this is deliberate practice, this is how you're performing at a high level, but he also brought into the contrary of it doesn't work for everyone, and if you continuously are working at something, you're kind of missing the ordinary day-to-day life of it while you're just in such a routine and rhythm, which when you think of day-to-day and you bring outside in your learning practices, you think, if I do this over and over and over again, yes, it's going to be a routine. I am going to master it. But where's the, not I would say spice, but where's the everyday life? Where's the problems, the challenges if you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again? But the thing, another person I also want to put into this is, his name is Sir Francis Galton, and this is from the early years. Ericsson kind of came more into the late 90s. Sir Francis Galton pretty much began the whole theoretical framework about deliberate practice. He's not as widely known as Anders is, because Anders, I had put in the poster that he's considered to be a classic. He has been cited and framed more than 11,000 times when this subject is brought into perspective. So he really is the founding father of it. But we also wouldn't have this without Francis Galton, because he connected the improvement of motor performance and how studying it through education you can master things. So he kind of took it and ran with it, and other people have transpired from that. Kind of coming from that does intertwine the strengths and weaknesses of it. The strengths, when you look at certain people, if they have certain aspects, say an athlete who's 6'5" in a basketball profession that continues to work and master his skill, will become an expert, and his height is obviously an advantage. So strengths in this can be genetics because it makes a person an expert from the beginning, but also, which I've started, the weaknesses can also weigh in, because if you are becoming an expert in your field, you're obviously studying on this one thing, so you're not learning about others, but along with this, you're taking out the ordinary, everyday, life to life. Oh, this will happen. Maybe I'll just kind of go with it. And this kind of also rolls into my examples, which I started talking about with sports. Sports is a huge example of this, just because you start practice from day to day. But it also can be also in children. You start weekly sports practices if you played soccer once a week from age 5. But also earlier measures were in mental capacity, which also include chess. Can they play this game over and over and test their mental capability from the beginning? So it's kind of, there's more examples. Violinists were also a huge part of Anders' studies and so forth. And one last thing I want to bring into this is, while work and play offer all these type of things, because through Anders' work, one of the other domains that he talked about is work and play. work and play have its weaknesses and strengths, but none of it deliberately had success like deliberate practice did. So thank you for listening. If you guys kind of want more feedback and stuff into this, I found some really helpful resources, as well as the figure kind of show the 5 goals of everything, but how they're different and how they kind of work their way through.